Chicken nachos, Woodstone pizza, chicken wings, beef taquitos, and more. Get a bucket of 4 Coronas for $20, plus $6 drafts all day. Great food, cold beer, good times. The Golden Circle at TI. Beer, bats, and bites. With free parking on the Strip, always.
Everyone knows that the Great American Pub is the place to eat, drink, and be merry. And the Great American Pub is also a fun place to catch all the exciting action of this year's Triple Crown. The Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes will all be shown on the big screens at both locations of the Great American Pub. And as you may expect, there'll be plenty of Triple Crown food and drink specials for you to enjoy. Good food, good drinks, outstanding hospitality, and the excitement of the Triple Crown. You'll find it all at both locations of the Great American Pub, the 215 at Flamingo and the 215 at Eastern.
Want to know my secret to make a great-looking lawn last even longer?
All it takes is a second feeding of Scott's Turf Builder Lawn Food. With a simple second feeding, your lush lawn is here to stay. Because a second feeding of Scott's reinvigorates lawns by providing nutrients, which helps prevent browning and withering as the weather warms.
My green grass isn't going anywhere.
This is a Scott's Yard. Pick up Scott's Turf Builder Lawn Food today.
At Merrick, we know dogs are in charge. So our dog foods start with deboned meat, poultry, or fish, and Sorry. Coming! Here's your ducky. And because real whole foods are better for your dog, each Merrick recipe is packed with whole fruits and vegetables. Excuse me. You want to go out right now? Okay. Dogs are in charge. Serve them well. Merrick. Available at your local pet store.
Hey, Dave Cokin with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. John, what type of injuries do you treat at LPT?
Dave, we treat a whole gamut of injuries, primarily orthopedic injuries, anything from neck pain, back pain, post-surgical rehabilitation. We also specialize in treating victims after any car accidents or slip and fall type injuries.
LionsPTLV.com, 702-476-0222.
Message and data rates may apply.
Tired of working harder and harder and never getting ahead? It's called the rat race. Well, guess what? You don't have to run it. Hi, I'm Paula Sajan from A&E's hit TV show Flip This House with a message that could change your life. Next week, we're conducting a free 2-hour real estate workshop right here in the Las Vegas area, and I invite you to join us. In just 2 hours, we'll teach you how to get started making money, flipping homes, and how to build long-term wealth with income properties using other people's money. Now, I can't promise you'll get wealthy, but I can say this: we've taught thousands of people how to get started making money in real estate, and the results speak for themselves. Stop dreaming and start doing. Attend our free 2-hour workshop and take a big step towards a richer life.
To get 2 free tickets to Paul's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 68,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 68,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Paul's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 68,000.
PT's Taverns, Sean Patrick's, Sierra Gold, and SG Bar proudly feature Las Vegas's best award-winning happy hour. Enjoy 50% off drinks, including wines by the glass, premium spirits, craft and import beers, as well as food selections from $6. Join us daily 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. And be sure to check out our newest PT's Ranch on Blue Diamond and Lindell. PT's Taverns, real, local, play.
Hi, I'm Deborah March, Mayor of Henderson. As your mayor, I care about the well-being of our community. In recent times, we've endured tragic losses. Individuals who suffered from bullying and depression sadly turned to suicide, and others with severe mental health issues have resorted to violence. It's my goal to make sure that you always feel safe and informed. Therefore, I'm pleased to announce the City of Henderson's new See Something, Say Something, Do Something campaign, which offers citizens a means of identifying and reporting suspicious or dangerous activities. If you see something you know should not be there, or if something doesn't seem quite right, say something. Do something. By reporting concerning or suspicious activity, you help to keep our community safe.
For specific tools, log on to cityofhenderson.com/see-say-do-something. This message, sponsored by the City of Henderson, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
Before we get to our Joe's angle of the day, we'll get to some finals in Major League Baseball. The Cubs have just finished off the Marlins 4-1. You'd think Yu Darvish got the win. Nope, he couldn't. He was walking the whole ballpark, and they took him out after 4 innings. So Montgomery picks up the win for the Cubs. Richards lost it. Anthony Rizzo hit a home run in that game for the Cubbies. The Angels annihilate the Tigers 13-0. This was a really easy win for the Angels. The highlight of the game, well, Tommy La Stella had 2 more home runs. What's going on with him? But Albert Pujols drives in the 2,000th run of his Major League career, only the 3rd player to register 2,000 runs batted in, and he did it the glory way with a long home run. Angels ride roughshod over the Tigers. In progress, they are just now getting back underway after a long rain delay at Cleveland, and they're at the top of the 6th inning. The Indians leading the White Sox 5-0. It looks like they're going to get things going there momentarily, or actually maybe even sooner than that. The Rockies lead the Giants 8-5 in the top of the 6th, and the Reds are on top of the A's. We're watching that game here in our Lotus Broadcasting Studios. The Reds on top of the A's 3-0 in the top of the 8th. We'll check the night games in a little bit. First, a reminder that Mother's Day is Sunday. If you have not made your reservations yet, I would not be waiting any longer, because if you're looking for a good restaurant, they're going to fill up and then you'll get shut out. And that'll include Joe's, so do it now. Call right away, 702-792-9222, and make sure your Mom's Day is a great day with a great dinner at Joe's. Ralph, what do we got?
Dave, I went old school today. Limited games at night today on a Thursday. And, we talked about a couple good pitchers on the mound here, but it's the Astros have gone over 5 of their last 6.
Go ahead and finish that, and then I'll tell you about the White Sox and Indians.
The Rangers, 8 straight games over on the road. The Astros are hitting .418 the last 5 days. .344 the last 10 days, and the Rangers hitting .372 the last 10 days. Amazing hitting from both teams.
All right, the White Sox Indians are not going to resume action, as it turns out. It looked like they might be following it on MLB.com, and I thought, well, look, they've taken the delay off. Well, they took the delay off because they're not going to play anymore. That game is done. So the final score is going to be 5-0. 5 innings were completed. So it is a final score as far as win betting is concerned. If you've got the total either way, sorry, you get your money back on that one because it didn't go 9. And if you bet a team total, unfortunately, even though I think the Indians have already gone over their team total, it's not a winner because that has to go the required distance. So if you have an Indians team total ticket, we'll put that in the bad beat category. That's the way it goes. Let's go to tonight's action, and let me punch it up here. There we go. Let's begin with the matchup between, we're going to save the Nuggets and Blazers for the marquee matchup. So let's go to the Pirates and Cardinals. And I mentioned earlier that Joe Musgrove, look, he's had a very good season. He was not good last time out, but you're not going to be really good every time out. Michael Walker, in his 2 starts since a brief stint on the DL, has had control problems. The Pirates, however, they are just such a tough team to back right now because they're one of those teams where the bullpen has become completely unreliable. It might be good one day, and it might be absolutely horrific the next day. So what happened yesterday to them is the bullpen was on one of its bad days. So, late inning edge here would certainly appear to go to the Cardinals. I'm not so sure in the early inning edge. My strategy in this game, if I were to get involved, and I didn't, but if I were getting involved, I would go Pirates first 5 or Cardinals full game.
The Pirates, as you said, with the way they're hitting .319 the last 5 days. They're 5-0-1 over under their last 6 games. And you want to talk about how much the bullpen's been used. The Pirates, the last 5 games, their starters have gone 4 innings, 5 innings, 6 innings, 2 2/3 innings.
The Braves and Diamondbacks will match up tonight. The Diamondbacks returning home after playing a long game in Tampa yesterday, and the bullpen got plenty of use in that game. On the mound tonight, Luke Weaver, who's been in outstanding form for the Diamondbacks, and he'll be matched equally as far as that goes with Mike Soroka, the very talented young Atlanta right-hander. Soroka has that profile of a pitcher who could be a big star, a true number one. Because if you look at what he's done so far this season, he's actually having more trouble first time through the order, which is basically just a command issue, and it may be taking a little time to settle in. But then once he settles in, second and third time through the order, he's been basically unhittable. Those are the types of pitchers who they end up being the big winners in baseball because they get trusted to be in the game longer because they have excellent numbers on succeeding trips through the order. And Soroka's already showing that as a youngster. He's a really good pitcher. I think with Arizona coming home off a long game yesterday, the bullpen getting some use and maybe the bats being a little bit tired, going up against a good righty, and the way Luke Weaver's been pitching lately for the Diamondbacks, I think you can make a good case that this is a low-scoring game, particularly early in the game. I don't know if I trust the Atlanta bullpen late because it stinks, and the Arizona bullpen got used up yesterday, so I would look at first 5 under here.
Well, Soroka, as you said, a young pitcher, a 1.14 ERA. He's lasted longer in each of his 4 starts. 5 innings, 5 2/3, 6 innings, went 7 innings his last time out. If you like a pitcher that keeps the ball down low, ground balls to fly balls in his 4 starts, 31-4.
That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Now he's the real deal. He's going to be the best pitcher on that staff. I mean, they've got some other good young arms, but I think Soroka looks like the keeper among the Braves' starting pitchers. And we'll look at the Nationals and Dodgers, and the Nationals are just an absolute train wreck right now. The injuries are just killing them. I don't know how harmonious this clubhouse is at this point. It certainly looks like a team that might be on the verge of selling off some pieces as we get close to the trade deadline, and Anthony Rendon could be at the top of that list. And the weird thing is they've still got really good starting pitching. Scherzer, while he's not having a great start to the season, is still Scherzer. Strasburg has actually pitched really good ball. Patrick Corbin, not great in his last start, but he's a talented left-hander. This is still one of the better 3-man rotations in baseball. But beyond that, there's not much to like here. They finally got Rendon back from the DL. But prior to that, they had the 2-hitter out, the 3-hitter out, the 4-hitter out, the 5-hitter out. Not too many teams are going to be able to survive that. The bullpen is atrocious. And they're facing Rich Hill, who, while he has not looked good since coming off the DL, the Dodgers won both his starts. And if you go back to last year, in fact, the Dodgers are 7-0 in Rich Hill's last 7 starts.
I tweeted this out earlier today, and it's just one of those stats that you look at and you go, well, how can this be? First game of the series, the Nationals are now 1-11 this year.
Oh, boy.
That means every non-first game, they're 13-11. How can a team be so bad in the first game of the series and then play above 500 the rest of the way?
Well, is that something you continue to ride, or is it something that you just deem as a fluke and then can turn right around?
Yeah, I consider it to the fluke side.
Yeah.
I would not bet it because of it, but is there something to be said about traveling, making that trip, traveling to a new city, making the adjustments? Yeah. Perhaps the camaraderie is not there that you said, that every time they travel, check in hotels, it's more of a distraction. So I don't know. It's not strong enough for me to bet. But the Dodgers, 15-4 as a home favorite. They're just dominating at home.
Speaking of angles that have come to an end, the Kyle Freeland first 5 under trend at home, which was a big winner for 2 years. It's 1-3 now on this season, in the wrong direction. I didn't play it today because it's like Freeland doesn't look like the same guy he's been, and Derek Holland is very untrustworthy, especially at Coors during a day game, even with it snowing. Okay, even with it snowing.
I didn't know it was snowing today.
Yeah. It's ridiculous out there. I don't know if it's snowing during the game, but there's snow all over the ground. And sure enough, I'm just an explosion of runs in that game. That's why you have to watch. If you're playing a blind trend and you can't really come up with a rationale for it. Now, I think you could with Freeland. But the thing is that what happened in past years doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be destined to repeat itself. And Freeland is just clearly not the same pitcher he's been the last couple of years for the Rockies. So that's one you might be able to throw out. And who knows? Maybe the way to play now is just to blindly bet Freeland over in first 5 innings at home. Certainly would have worked out today. When we come back, we will take a look at tonight's marquee matchup. The Portland Trailblazers are trying to stay alive in Game 6 as they host the Nuggets. We'll talk about that next.
The Las Vegas Sports Line.
If you've got a piece of jewelry that needs repair, what do? Go see Cliff Miller at MJ Christensen, and they can do the repairs.
Absolutely. Since 1939, where does Las Vegas go to have their treasures repaired and maintained? MJ Christensen Diamonds. We take care of everything. I love that because you come to me with a problem and you leave problem solved.
MJ Christensen, something special for the love of your life. Located at Boca Park. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive